Okay, so I'm going to answer one of the biggest questions that I have been getting, and that is what has caused all of these lawyers to leave the Cobb DA's office after the Patel case. And this has been a little tricky for me because, number one, and if you have a problem with this, too bad for you. I am not going to use the names of any of the people that I've spoken to. And if you find that to be unreliable information, then swipe away. But I am not going to reveal their names because of, number one, the toxic environment that it apparently has been created over there, because some of the people I talk to still work there. And also because these are people that want to have ongoing legal careers and, they don't want to get caught up in anything. And I don't blame them for that. So I'm going to protect everybody's identity. And like I said, if you find that to be unreliable, well, then move along. Okay, so I asked former employees, friends of former employees, current employees, people that worked in the office years and months ago that have kind of stayed in touch with what's going on. And here are the responses that I got to the inquiry: why did you leave, or why did your friend leave once she became the district attorney? And here are some of the quotes that I got. I'm just going to read them verbatim. Quote, "The only time she ever spoke to me was at my resignation." Wow. "It was too hard to watch competent coworkers and friends be fired for no reason, and then be replaced by individuals who are completely clueless. Hard to come to work not knowing if you'll be fired at the end of the day." That's horrendous. "I needed guidance and training. No one had time to help me prepare for a trial. We were denied even free training for no reason. Um, People were expected to handle difficult cases but refused training." So this is a surprise to me. A lot of people complaining that they were denied necessary training. "They felt completely isolated from the DA and her executive staff. We never know what's going on." And caseloads that were unimaginable. "Why was pew pew proof glass installed but only for her?" And let me stop right here, and I'm going to show you this picture. This is a picture that somebody sent me of a door that was installed inside the DA's office. So if you go to visit the DA's office, when you walk in, there's a reception area, and there's a door that you can't go through unless you have a card to get through it. Once you get inside, everybody inside there is a district attorney or staff. Well, apparently she built yet another door that blocks her and her executive team off from the rest of the office, and none of the ADAs or anything have access to that area. That is brand new. That did not exist under Flynn Brody or under Joyette Holmes or Vic Reynolds or going back. So she put this in, and literally the ADAs that are doing the day-to-day work can't get access to her. I'm going to go on with the information. "No leadership, no communication." Someone else said to me that they believed that the district attorney, and again, this is an allegation, it's, take it for what it's worth, that the DA was covering up some pretty bad things, violence that is occurring at the jail, and that they believe that the sheriff's office and the district attorney's office are covering for each other. That's certainly something worth looking into if that's true. Again, that the DA was inaccessible, doesn't listen or care about the actual work going on in the office, doesn't care about the employees unless they work in the executive suite. This was an interesting one to me too. Favoritism. The chief, and I assume they're talking about Jesse Evans, comes and goes as he pleases, and other favorite ADAs are given special treatment and treated very differently from the others that are doing the bulk of the work. Prohibited staff from attending essential training. Again, lots of complaints about training. A lot of people mentioned SVU, which is exactly what you think it is. Special Victims Unit handles cases against children and women, and you can imagine how awful some of those might be in terms of subject matter. Worried that they were requiring a single attorney in the SVU unit to cover 3 to 4 courtrooms with as many as 150 cases. So if you are a victim in a situation like that, it's going to be a long time before you're feeling any kind of justice, despite the hard work of the ADAs, because they're simply overworked. And frankly, if you're a victim, if you're a defendant and you're waiting for your day in court, that's going to be a long time coming too. Other people have said that they believe she's intentionally understaffing SVU unit in favor of other units, which is mind-boggling if true. And here's another interesting one: politics. that she refuses to collaborate with entities that didn't publicly celebrate her election, and holds personal grudges that affect the office. Again, lots of discussions about toxic work environment, talks about employees in front of other employees, comments about this, which shocking if true, comments about their appearance and their personal lives. And it's an office that's run on fear and no one can speak up. Here's one that we all kind of knew was coming. She said she wasn't going to be like Fani Willis, and then basically copies Fani Willis in everything. Cares only about the optics of the job, not letting prosecutors actually do their jobs, and lacks respect for her employees. I did get one comment on the inequity of pay, and that referred back to the revelation that a lot of these friends of hers that she had hired for non-lawyer jobs were getting paid much more than the overworked ADAs themselves were. But what I think is really important, number one, again, these are allegations. And have they been vetted through, interviews on tape? Absolutely not. Because again, they're not in a position where they feel comfortable putting their name on the record, and I don't blame them. But what really surprised me about all of this is nobody really complained about their salary. So I have this suspicion that there's going to be this spin by her office that it is hard to hire and retain lawyers because, Cobb can't pay as much as some of the other metro Atlanta areas, counties can. But that's not what people are complaining about. These are people that in some cases have worked there for a long time, and their salary wasn't the problem. It was not getting the training and the support and wanting to be able to try a case in a prepared fashion and not work in a toxic environment. These are not people that are demanding more money. These are not people that are saying, I don't want to do my job. It's actually quite the opposite. And the other thing that's really shocking about all of this is it's fixable. This is not something where she can shrug her shoulders and say, well, the Cobb County didn't give me enough money. No, it appears they gave you money and you just spent it in the wrong place. And a lot of these things could be fixed by someone who was a good people manager, who understood what it's like to be a prosecutor in the courtroom and how hard that can be. And that's just not happening. So as of right now, I can tell you competently that she has not filled all of the positions that have been missing since the beginning of August. And so we're going to have to see what unfolds over the next few months. But hopefully these quotes at least will give you all some ideas on what the people endured that quit, and the people that are still there are enduring. This is a serious problem, and it affects everybody. If you are a crime victim, it affects you. If you are arrested and accused of a crime, it affects you. The whole Cobb community is going to suffer because of these, what sound like very toxic problems. So I'll keep you updated.